Hello, my name is Patricia Holmes, and we are continuing with Chapter 5. So, with Chapter 5, the first thing we want to do is we're going to go to File, and we are going to make this panorama assignment. So, File, Automate, Photo Merge. Choose that option, and you get a dialog box that pops up. We are going to let the software stitch these images together to create a panorama. So make sure you have auto selected. Select blend images together, vignette removal, and choose geometric distortion correction. Now we are going to browse for our images. These are in a folder provided for you, Files for Panorama. They're in our Files folder for Chapter 5. You're going to select them all, and then you're going to hit OK. And then you're going to let Photoshop stitch these together. It may take a minute or two. Based on your computer, it may take 5 minutes. So what we see here, wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful panorama image of the Seattle skyline. I love Seattle. So what we're going to do now is we are going to correct this image. So as you can see, all of these images are, the images are here in the layers. Go ahead and go Layer and choose Flatten. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to choose the Crop tool. We're going to click on this. We're going to make sure we hit the Straighten option at the top. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to drag, what just happened? Hit Control Z. We're going to drag our crop tool. Going to clean this. You want to save as much of the image as possible. Bring this in. I'll clean up that top part in a second. Okay, that bar area right there is going to be a little, bottom left is going to be a bit difficult to correct. Okay, so I'm going to hit Enter. So I want to go ahead and take the paintbrush here, and I'm going to choose a sample by clicking the Alt button. And I'm going to clean up. I'm just going to paint this guy the blue that it already is, so we have that cleaned up. Now, down here is going to be a little bit more trickier. So we could, let's try something. First of all, let's go ahead and enlarge this so I can see it a little bit better. We're going to take a copy of this bar and we're going to put it down here. So let's take, let's go ahead and do the Quick Selection tool. So choose the Quick Selection tool. And we want a smaller brush. So let's hit 20. And let's come over here. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy it by hitting Command C. And now I'm going to paste it. Now, where do you think it went? It got pasted. Well, it went on top of itself. So the copy paste went right on top of itself. So I'm going to take the Move tool. I'm going to grab it. I'll put it right down here. There's my new bar. It's a little bit short, so I hit Command T. I'm going to make it a little bit longer. There we go. I'm going to hit Enter. Now, watch this. We're going to use the stamp tool. You remember the dreaded clone stamp tool? The clone stamp tool can be quite challenging because you have to constantly reload it. So I want a little bit more of a bigger brush on this. Okay, now watch this. We're going to come over here to this water. Okay, I haven't hit Option yet. We're going to come over here to this water. I'm going to hit Alt Z. I'm sorry, I'm going to hit Alt click. I'm going to get a sample of that water. And then I'm going to start painting it. I got to be on this layer, the bottom layer. I'm going to start painting it. And you're not working for me. Okay. It's okay. I'm going to unlock it. Alt click, come back over here. Here we go. And I'm going to fill this water area in. Now wherever my cross is, if you can see the cross between the two bars, it's what's being filled in the circle. So you got to constantly come back and go Alt-click. I'm going to clean up that part. Now watch this. I'm going to come over here, Alt-click. Come clean up that part. This part's a little bit gray or blue. I'm going to click that. And remember, wherever that cross is, it's being filled in with the circles. So that's why you got to constantly get a fresh. This is a little bit too blue. There, I got that fixed. Okay, that looks pretty reasonable. Okay, so this is a panorama image, and we cropped it and we cleaned it up a little bit. And now what we are going to do is we're going to save it. And if you really, really, really want to have fun, well, wait, let me hit cancel. You can save this. If you really want to have fun, you can add a layer and have text and write right above it, Seattle, California. Anyway, guys, thank you for bearing with me as we made this impromptu photo correction of the panorama, which was the assignment in Chapter 5. Please save this, flatten both of these layers. Let's do it together. Layer, flatten. And then I want you to save this as a JPEG. Save it as a JPEG because that, of course, makes the file so much smaller for you to email it, attach it to when you upload it to Canvas. And then I can look at it for grading. Okay, thanks for listening.